Hey everyone, how's it going? Unfortunately, because of technical issues, no FaceTime, but whatever. This is gonna be a quick one. Today, for our holiday-themed liner reviews, we're going to go back to the more simpler time of the X-Men's history, which is saying something, because this taking place after the events of Days of Future Past. A time where there was no Inhumans nearly killing mutants, annoying retcons on saying who and who's not a mutant, and an island nation where it gets weirdly sexual. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. This is during a time when their problems were simply demon possession, fighting aliens, time-traveling robots, and demons from hell. Yes, this was less complicated. Today we're covering 1981's Uncanny X-Men issue 143 and see how the newcomer Kitty Pryde survives her first holiday experience in the X-Mansion. Warning. Spoilers. The story opens in autumn during the events of X-Men issue 96, where we see Storm facing off against the Nagari, who though will go through some changes as time goes on, by this time are described as elder gods who plan to conquer the world. Storm is able to defeat them by destroying the gate to their dimension, but no dice. After a few months, one of them is able to break free and instantly goes all alien xenomorph on people. Meanwhile, it's the holidays at the X-Mansion, and Kitty is being quizzed by Professor X on how to prep the Blackbird, because only in comics can you teach a teenager how to fly a super jet. It's interrupted by Angel, who lets Charles know that everyone's getting ready to leave. The X-Men, who at this point contains the already mentioned Storm and Angel, but also Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and Colossus, who are heading out to celebrate Christmas Eve, while Kitty is left alone to celebrate Hanukkah. Obviously, she's a bit homesick, but she tries to get past it and plans to call her parents later. She decides to go train in the danger room, but it gets interrupted when an alert is activated about an intruder, which leads to her being face to face with the creature. How will she fare? Will she get help? Or will this be both a chilling Christmas and a horrifying Hanukkah? Well, this ain't long Halloween, so I ain't gonna tell you everything. The comic was written by Chris Claremont, and he does a great job with this comic. Besides being a very chilling tale, it's also a great jumping on point for new readers. Besides the stuff with Kitty and the Nagari, we also get some good information on who the new X-Men members are, what some of their past adventures have been like, and even showing you what some of the other X-Men who are currently not on the team are doing, like Cyclops. Honestly, the only real issue I have with it is that despite the fact that Hanukkah and Christmas, are kind of the themes of this story, they don't really get to do too much play. I mean, yeah, they do play a factor in the beginning of the story and in the end, but besides that, it really has nothing to do with the two holidays. So yeah, there is kind of a negative on that. As for the characters, we only really have two that are the focus of the story, and even then, one gets more focus than the other. Starting with Kitty, who definitely gets a trial by fire in this issue, since despite having the ability to be intangible, that doesn't mean she's invincible. You want to call a million for that level of invincibility. Despite that, we see how resourceful she is and how far she's gone from her training, while at the same time showing how scared she is, reminding us that being brave isn't always what makes a hero a hero. It's about having the ability to face that fear, even when you're the most terrified. Speaking of terrifying, next we're going to talk about the Nagari creature, who though doesn't have so much to say, in fact he doesn't talk at all, it's pretty terrifying. As I mentioned, despite Kitty's powers, that doesn't mean she's safe. Thanks to its otherworldly nature and the fast reflexes, it can inflict damage even if she phases through the blows. Though being a supernatural creature, both its design and how it even attacks people is very similar to the 1979 Alien, which ain't a surprise since a lot of aliens in the Marvel and even DC were inspired at the time by that type of monster, which makes it even funnier since Marvel now owns both the Xenomorphs and the Predators. On a side note, I wouldn't be surprised if the creature was possibly one of the inspirations for the horror movie Pumpkinhead. Man, first Scarecrow showing up in A Christmas Story, and now I mentioned Pumpkinhead in this video. Things are getting very Nightmare Before Christmas. As for the other characters in this story, they don't get to do too much. We get some interactions with each member during the opening, so the readers get a little bit of an idea of what they're about, including some moments of Colossus crushing on Kitty. The art was done by John Byrne, who some DC fans will remember for his run on Wonder Woman. He does an excellent job here. Very detailed, very chilling, and when we get to the horror and kills, it ain't gory, but in the case of this story, it really doesn't need to be. This is a pretty good story. You can find this book in most trades of X-Men Days of Future Past, and yes, I'll cover Days of Future Past at some point, but for now, I'll say definitely give issue 143 a read. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Happy first night of Hanukkah. There, are you happy, Mom?
Yes, I am. Thank you.